time. I'll introduce myself again. My name is Hector Ramirez Lark. I'm broadcasting from the gorgeous city of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, and I'm super excited about starting this call. 'Cause let me let you know that this is actually the first call that we're launching for Xifra in the corporate level and that English language. So you're actually one of the few people who just started and who are going to be able to see the whole project, everything that Xifra is about. Especially, we are launching now the English. Basically, all of the foreign people outside from Mexico, whether it's the States, whether it's Europe, whether it's Australia, or anywhere in the world, you for English speakers, we're super excited about because this is our first call. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen now so you can see the presentation. And if you are so kind, would you, anyone in the chat, let me know if you can hear me properly, especially if you can see my screen. Would anyone just type number one in the chat, just so I know that everything is fully comprehensible and that you can see my screen. Awesome, thank you very much. I see that everyone's hearing properly and that you can see my screen. So I'll just get started. So basically, I really don't know, of course, who you are. I really don't know what is the information that it was given to you in order for you to actually click the link that you're watching right now to actually come into this presentation and this opportunity call, anything related to Cifra. So what I would like to let you know, and I would like to start making a difference and specifically mentioning what isn't Cifra, what Cifra is not about. Because there's a lot of companies in the world, there's a lot of presentations, there's a lot of opportunities, and so far right now, there's a lot of Zoom calls where you can just come in and you'll see someone speaking, someone addressing to the audience and talking about a big chance, a big opportunity, a big way to make money, but they don't really let you know how. And once you get in, you realize that actually the only real way in order for you to make money is if you actually start recruiting or selling any given product or service or paying the monthly fee. So I really want to emphasize and let you know that Cifra is not about that. Cifra is the first real chance, the first real opportunity, the first business opportunity in order for you to become a real investor. And when I say the word investor, I mean it in the full world, meaning investor, which means putting your money to work and coming back to you without you having to put emphasis, without you having to put any time, any effort, any energy, or any focus. Basically, your money working for you and coming back to you as a passive income. So this is basically the opportunity that you're about to see. I'm going to split that presentation. I'm going to split this call into three different segments. I'm going to explain to you everything which is related as just being an investor. And of course, there is an opportunity. If you want to become a promoter, if you want to become a brand source from Cifra, you can actually start earning commissions. So this is what it is all about. You have the options to be only an investor, and you have the option to also promote and also commission. I am going to talk about both options, but I really want to emphasize there are two different things that are completely separately. So this is a really great chance in order for you to make money. So moving forward, what I really would like to start with, and I would like to actually let you know who is Xifra Group, who is this company, when did it started, but especially who is the man behind the scenes, who is the responsible, who is the CEO and the president and chairman that we currently have in Xifra, who's the man responsible for everything that we're making as of right now. His name is George Goodman, and I can tell you that I'm very honored, and I can tell you actually that I happen to know him. I happen to know his wife. I happen to know his kids, and I've been in his home. I've been traveling with him, and I'm really, really happy to tell you that he's someone that is a big businessman. And this is the main reason, in my personal opinion, why Cifra is growing so immensely. As of right now, we're currently working in 20 different countries, and we're more than 20,000 investors currently active, earning money every day. And it's all thanks to this man, to George Goodman. If you actually want to know a little bit more about his resume, a little bit more about his career as a businessman, the whole franchises that he has, the real estate properties he's currently working with, he has like a lot of a big empire. If you want to know a bit more about his life and a bit more about everything he's behind, just let that person who sent you this presentation or told you to connect just to give you more information or more insight about him. But what I do want to tell you is that he is that responsible for us actually making so much money as the way that we're doing it right away. So moving forward, what I would like to let you know is also what is Xifra about? Especially let you know if you can see the slide in my screen as of right now. This is our main headquarters. This is our corporate offices here in Guadalajara, Mexico. And we're so happy because as of right now, in the first 7 months, this company, this corporate office has actually doubled its size. It has doubled more than 100 meters from when it started. And that's a lot to say. And not only that, we're extremely happy to let everyone know that next month launching, we're actually inaugurating our new corporate office located in Irvine, California, in the United States of America. We're also soon, very, very, very soon, launching our offices, our corporate offices in countries such as Colombia, in other cities here in Mexico. So we're actually expanding a lot. And the only reason why we're doing it is because it's extremely simple. And it's the fact that Xifra is paying a lot of money to its investors and a lot of money to the people who's promoting. Not only because of the corporate huge offices that we have, and especially the really, really great corporate team that is behind the scenes and that is making us succeed and growing so exponentially. It's also the alliances that we have with a lot of main brokers in the world, and especially that alliances that we have with the biggest traders in the whole world. Now, what is Xifra about? What is our mission? What is our vision? And I do want to emphasize in the last part of this phrase, which is a sustainable long-term growth, because this is basically what Xifra is about, long-term growth. This company is not a company that's been created to last for 1 year or 2 years for a couple of months. What I do want to tell you, and you will mark my words, and you will remember this conversation, and you will remember this call, Xifra is going to become the #1 company in the network marketing business in the whole wide world. Why? Because it's the first company that is actually completely focused in sustainable long-term growth, which is actually what is giving us a lot of hope. And we're actually really happy because we know we're building a business for the next decade. And not only that, we're building a business that's actually going to be the #1 in a multi-million-dollar industry, which is network marketing. Now, I do want to emphasize in that as well, because I know when I say the word the phrase or the term network marketing or multi-level or whatever way you want to call it, a lot of people cross their arms. A lot of people get scared about it. And I know for sure because after being in a decade in this business, in this industry, I know for sure there's a lot of people who's actually grown tired about the network marketing business or has actually grown like have a lot of debts. I don't know. It has not become the best experience for them. And that only reason is because in any other given company, the only way you can really make money is if you actually start recruiting or you actually start selling a product, or more importantly, you have to pay a monthly fee. And that's what Xifra has got real. This is the first company where you can really make money without selling, without paying a monthly fee, without recruiting, most importantly, in a passive income way. And that's why, as you can see these companies in my screen in this slide, I can assure you, you will know Cifra's logo the same way you know Netflix, you know Airbnb, you know Uber or Gmail or any other given company. Because this company is actually becoming so disruptive and it's actually doing a lot of money for everyone who's involved with. So that's why we're growing so fast. Now, something really, really important that I really also want to emphasize is the fact that Xifra is paying us and we're investing in Xifra in a cryptocurrency called Bitcoin. Because I know for sure so far in year 2020, there's a lot of people who still think that the Bitcoin might be just a trend or might be just a fashion or something that will not last for long term. It'll be something that'll be just for a while. And let me let you know, this is not for millennials. This is not just a fashion. This is not just an any other given trend. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and all of this financial technology is currently changing the world. Most importantly, is changing the way every company, every government is actually doing their businesses. Is importing, exporting, financial mergers, a lot of things. Is basically changing the economy. So I do want to recommend you, if you want to remember something out of this presentation, you urgently, if you don't know what Bitcoin is, or you only have a grasp of it, but you don't really understand fully what it is, I can let you know it is your responsibility. It's actually an obligation for you to start digging in, to start Googling, and start knowing what Bitcoin is. Because Bitcoin, as I already said, is changing the world. And I can actually let you know as soon as this presentation ends, you can turn on your TV, you can open Netflix, and in the browser, just type in Bitcoin. And you'll see the immense amount of sitcoms, of TV shows, of even reality shows, documentaries, and movies that is going all around this concept, which is Bitcoin. That's why it's extremely important for you to know. So now that I've said this, and now that you understand that Xifra will let you invest in Bitcoin and will pay you in Bitcoin, that other extremely important benefit that we're doing it this way and that we're actually investing in Bitcoin is the fact that we can grow anywhere in the world, especially for people in Latin America and some places in Middle East. You know for sure that actually working with dollars or working with foreign investment is extremely complicated. There's countries where dollars are not allowed, and there's a lot of restrictions to it. So the fact that we're using Bitcoin allows us as promoters and allows us as investors to grow and to sign up anywhere in the worldwide globe, which is the most important thing in my perspective. Anyone, whatever the place they're living in, they can do Xifra. They can invest in Xifra, but most importantly, they can promote it. So now, what is Xifra about? What I mean, I have spoken for a couple of minutes, and so far, I haven't told you what is the way that you're actually going to make money. How is the way that Xifra will duplicate your money, will actually protect any of your investments, and will actually protect your savings from the current economy that's dropping down, which is something extremely important as well. So now, what will Xifra do to duplicate your money? As you can see in my screen right now, we have these five different financial markets. We have these options that we're currently trading in, which is Forex, crypto trading, futures, binary options, and stocks. And here I do want to tell you, a lot of people are very fond to these topics, are very knowledgeable about this financial markets and really know their way into trading, into stocks, or into any of these options. But there's a lot of people that do not know anything related to this. But you know what's the most important and actually the coolest thing is that you don't have to know anything about this. Because Cifra has hired the experts. Cifra currently has 20 master traders, and each has a team which is growing of approximately currently 100 traders all around the world who do know how to trade in this market, who are actually experts in selling and buying and trading in this, and especially in making profits. So the important thing over here is you will not have to study, you will not have to actually be aware of the trends, you will not have to analyze any financial market. You're leaving the experts doing it for you. And that's what Cifra is all about. If you want to know further about this markets, about this financial options, you can also Google them and you'll see a lot of information. And you will realize that there's a lot of people making a lot of money. But in order for them to reach to the point to actually earn money and tell everyone in the world that you're profitable in this trading profession, it takes between 4 to 5 years to actually become an expert. So the focus over here is the following. Instead of you learning a profession such as this, start earning money right away and let Cifra and his traders, the experts, do the money for you. How would it work? How much money? What are the packages? I'll let you know right away. So first of all, are we starting into Cifra? How are we operating the following way? Regardless of what country you're in, as long as you have internet access, you will be able to find a way to change your local currency into Bitcoin. Once you do that, once you have Bitcoin, you will be able just to decide what is the package that you want to invest in. Because starting in $300 to $50,000 and actually above that, you will be able to duplicate your money and you will be able to have a weekly liquidity. So that's one of the main things I really love about Xifra and about the opportunity that I'm showing for you at the moment is the fact that regardless of the package, regardless of the amount of money that you're investing in, you will be able to withdraw every week, every Tuesday and every Thursday, starting with a $50 balance. So that means that you will not have to wait as any other investment funds or any other bank or any other investment options for any given period of time. For specific to say you have to wait for 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever. You don't have to wait 2 years, 6 months or whatever to withdraw your money. Every time Xifra has given you profits, and once you accumulate $50, you will be able to withdraw it on a weekly basis. So imagine this. You put in your money. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're actually investing $1,000, which is a very average account to start with. Most people in Latin America start investing in $1,000. Also, most people in the States are investing between 3,000 and 5,000. Europe the same, and also Australia and other countries in Asia as well. So what happens when you invest $1,000? Cifra will take the amount of money that comes in every day and will concentrate that amount of money and will divide it, will split it into the 5 different markets, into all of the different teams that are trading in this market. And every day, these traders will work your money in a very and extremely, and hear this well, in a extremely conservative strategy for so you are unsure and you're so completely sure, I'm sorry, that your money is safe and that your investment will come up every day from a 0.5% to a 2%. That's the range. To be honest, the average of profit that I've seen every day is between a zero point 0.5 and a zero point 0.6. So I just want to strictly stick to the example that we're giving you the minimum, which is the zero point 0.5. That will actually come into a 10% on a monthly basis, which means that if you invest $1,000 every week, you will be getting money that on a monthly basis, you will be actually getting a 10% of your liquidity until Cifra duplicates your money, which means every withdrawal you're making will sum up, will come up until the amount, in this case, of 2,000. I'll repeat it again. You invest in $1,000 and you'll get back $2,000, which is the double of your money. That is what Xifra is about. Any amount you bring in will come back to you as double. This is the deal. This is what we're offering you. Extremely conservative way. Weekly liquidity. Any amount of money you want to invest in, you can actually scale it. You can upgrade to the next level, to the next package, and you will have higher income every week, every day, every month, but especially you will have bigger liquidity, which is the most important part. Now, so far, if you're actually following me, I'm not talking about selling, I'm not talking about recruiting, I'm not talking about paying monthly fees or anything else. I'm strictly telling you and letting you know, once you invest in any given amount you decide, you do not have to pay one single penny again until your money is duplicated. Once your money is duplicated, once you actually got the double out from Cifra, you already withdraw double of your amount. The relationship is done and that's it. Only in case you want to reinvest, which is what we, of course, will recommend you. Instead of spending your profits, reinvest them and actually grow your investment and grow your account and have a bigger account so you can have a greater lifestyle, so you can have your passive income, building other businesses, building other sources of income for you, so you can definitely start reaching into richness, which is what definitely our main focus is about. And that's what we're teaching every one of our investors and every one of our promoters. So if you follow me so far, I have only spoken about being an investor. But I have to be very honest with you. What I have seen so far in the following 8 months, which is the amount of time I started investing in Xifra, but special that I started promoting Xifra, is the fact that 100% of the people who has invested in my organization are earning money. I'm not talking about 50 people or 100 people or 200 people. I'm talking about, at least in my organization only, in my team only, I'm talking about 3,000 and above people, above 3,000 investors, who the 100% of them are earning money every day without selling, without recruiting, and without any small caps or small letters hidden. This is the fact. Now, what I can tell you, what I've seen that is actually happening with most of the investors, and I will actually risk to say 90% of the investors that I currently have in my team, regardless, they just want to invest, they will start recommending this to other people. So now this is optional, as I mentioned since the beginning. However, it's extremely obvious that if you're making money every day without doing anything else, that's just taking 2 or 3 minutes to withdraw your money on a weekly basis, of course you will actually recommend this to the people you care about. It's obvious that you will recommend this to your beloved ones. Because when you have an option to duplicate your money, when you have an option to earn real passive income, you will share this with someone else. And what happens when you do so, in case you want to decide to do it, what will happen is that you will earn a direct 8% commission on whatever amount of money your friend, your family, your beloved one, your recommended one has invested in Xifra. You hear me well. Any money you bring in into the company, you will immediately earn an 8% commission. Imagine the possibilities. Imagine how many people, just specifically talking and directing myself right now to people in the States. How many people will be able to actually invest 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 on an average way? The moment someone does that, you will earn $80 if they invest $1,000. If they invest $3,000, you will earn $240. $5,000 investment will give you $400 commissions. Let me tell you, actually, as a fact, I have actually a kid in my team who is 19 years old. She's just not even a teenager yet, but he actually recommended this to one of his friend's parents, and they invested $50,000. Right away, this 19-year-old kid earned $4,000 commission. Just one single recommendation, just one single sale. He just did this once, and he earned something that a lot of people, professionals people, do not earn on a monthly basis. And this is the magic about it. So now what will happen if any of these investors that you brought into the company, not because you're doing this professionally, because you're actually just caring about the people around you, and you want to recommend a really great option that will definitely skill up their level, that will definitely improve their economy. What will happen if they bring someone else? If the investor that you brought in recommends this to someone else, you will immediately earn a 2% directly proportional to the investment that came in, directly proportional to the volume that you brought in into the company in a second level. So far, this presentation has only been directed to investors who are actually open to recommend this on a short term, to actually just people close by. But what will happen if you want to build this in a professional way? Because since the beginning, I told you, this is a network marketing business. Not the usual one that we all know, and I already spoke about it. But what happens if you actually are open to this and you really want to build a team and you actually really want to start earning commissions? And when I say commissions, I will let you know just in my personal example. I started investing in Xifra in January this year, the 8th of January to be precise. I started with a $500 account, and so far, my main account is $15,000. I have 3 other $5,000 accounts, but most importantly, I have earned more than $120,000 in commissions. And let me tell you, in Mexico and Latin America, that is a lot of freaking money earned only in 8 months. And this is really, really, really important option that Xifra will give you. This is one of the biggest opportunities that you will see in your whole life. Because let me tell you something. Xifra works with my personal favorite compensation plan, which is a binary plan. And I know for sure there's a lot of people that might not like a binary plan. There's a lot of other people who actually do love the binary plan. And to be honest, regardless you love it, regardless you hate it, the facts are the facts and the numbers do not lie. And the binary compensation plan have built the most millionaires in the whole world in this business, in this industry, which is network marketing. The most amount of billionaires have been made out of this compensation plan. Why? For all the people who do not know what a binary plan is, I'll explain to you very simply. Please go ahead and look at my screen right away. Look at my camera because I'm going to explain you how a binary compensation plan works. It's extremely simple. You have a left leg, a left side, and you have a right one. So you bring in person number one, investor number one in your left side. You bring in investor number two in your right side. Number three below the one. Number four below the two. And that's the way it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And everyone in the middle will actually commission the value that's coming in. How will it work? It depending on the package that you invested in, which means you can earn from a 7% to a 12% commission of all of the volume that comes in every day. Cifra's cutoff date is every single day, which means every single day you get a chance to earn from 7% to 12%, depending on your investment package of all the volume that comes in. Whether you brought it or someone else above you brought it, or both of you guys did it, it doesn't matter. It's all commissionable volume. And this is the main reason why a lot of people over here in Xifra are earning a lot of money every day, every week, and every month. Now, there's another bonus which is called binary matching bonus, which is actually my favorite one because this bonus is strictly focused into teamwork, into actually building a big organization, building a big team. And the most important part, and you know for sure, if you know about network marketing, if you know about multi-level, or whatever way you want to call it, most of the companies, and I will dare to say 99% of the companies in the world are focused into actually having the leaders earning money, but not the new people, not the people who's actually barely coming in. Leaders are earning money, that's for sure, but not new people. What I love about Xifra is that, as I already mentioned, 100% of the people who's in is earning money. Whether it's about the trading profit that your Xifra is doing with the traders for you, and also with this type of bonuses. Why? Because me as a leader, if I want to earn more money with this binary matching bonus, let me put it as an example. Currently, right now, I'm at an executive diamond rank in the company. So if I bring in any of my friends, and any say, I don't know, my friend John makes $10,000 this week, I will earn a 3% proportional to those $10,000. But if then John brings in Maria, and Maria actually comes in with, I don't know, $100,000, then I will actually make a 2% proportional to her income. So if you're actually paying attention to what I'm saying, this actually means that me as a leader, that I'm building a team, I will always focus into making my people, especially the newcomers, earning money every day. Because the more they earn, the more I earn. And this is what makes a great team effort in Xifra. Because so far, I've already spoken about several ways of making income, of making money over here. I already spoke to you about duplicating your money as a passive income and not doing anything else but withdrawing your money. And I also explained to you, if you actually recommend this in a short basis to the people close to you, you will earn an 8% directly on the people you've sponsored, on the people you've brought in. If they recommend it to someone else on a second level, you earn a 2%. After that, everything comes into building a business, into building a network. which comes to earning from a 7% to a 12%, as I already mentioned. And last but not least, earning this matching bonus once you build a team and once you reach to the second rank, which is an executive level. So far, and the most important thing, I've only spoken to you about just one single line of business out of three. So this is actually what is really exciting about. Xifra is not a company with just one single line of business. It has three current line of businesses, and it's actually going to come with more and more and more as the years goes by. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the second line of business, but I really want to emphasize so far, only with this first line of business, I already showed you the number one company for the next decade in this multi-million dollar industry, which is Xifra. Financial markets, and mark my words, will make the most millionaires this year as breaking the records of this current industry. But now we're speaking, and I'm going to tell you about the second line of business, which is my personal favorite, and I'll let you know why. Because this line of business is extremely controversial. Because this line of business has to do with medical cannabis, or in other words, in slang known as marijuana, Mary Jane, or whatever you want to call it. Cannabis is an growing, extremely growing trend. It's a macro trend. It is something that you actually have to believe in me because I'm telling you. You know for sure this is something that's actually happening anywhere in the world, anywhere in this, every state, in any other country that's actually legal, is actually giving a lot of taxes. And that's why it's such a building and a growing economy and such a growing trend. You don't want to believe me? It's pretty simple. Go to any source, any financial source that you know and you're familiar with, and read and Google and research anything they have to talk about this. Anything they're mentioning about cannabis. Look what Business Insider has to say about cannabis. Look what CNN, Forbes, Bloomberg. Once again, turn on your TV, open Netflix, type in cannabis, and see the amount of sitcoms, the amount of TV shows, the amount of movies, documentaries, and even reality shows. The other day, I was actually watching a reality show that was similar to MasterChef America, but the only difference is that it was actually about cannabis. They were cooking, it was a competition, but they were using medical cannabis. It doesn't matter whether you're actually pro about this or if you're against this. The fact is, again, that the numbers do not lie. And this trend is growing. And marijuana or cannabis is doing a lot of money. Now, strictly speaking about Xifra, what does cannabis have to do with you? What is the way, or how can you actually make money out of cannabis with Xifra? Very simple. We grow the plantations and you win. That's it. There's no other small letters. There's no smaller caps. Pretty much it. You decide how much money you want to bring in, starting with 2,500 package to almost 100,000 package and above that, and you will earn a 10% on a monthly basis for, hear me well, 24 months. I'll say it once again. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you decide to invest in cannabis with Xifra in the state of Texas, which we currently have 100 acres already working and already producing. If you invest $10,000, starting the first month will be admin and production month. So on the second month, you will receive your first payment. You will receive your first 10%, which in this example of the $10,000 investment package, you will be earning $1,000 for 24 months. I'm not saying that you'll get $1,000, split it into 24 months. I'm saying you'll earn $1,000 in 24 payments, 24 months of any package that you decide is a monthly 10%. So just picture this, just imagine this. How would this work, and why this is such an important, and why this is such a great business opportunity for you and for everyone who decides to come with the money to Xifra. Pretty much in 11 months, because the first month is just production and admin. So basically in 11 months, you will get all of your investment back. 100% risk-free in 10 months or 11 months to be precise. Why? It's pretty obvious. 10% times 10 becomes to 100%. 11 months, you're out of risk, if you want to call it that way. All of your investment came back to you. Starting in that, you will receive 140 percentage of profit. This is the business that we're talking to you about. 2 years, 24 months, and 140% of net profit. Without you having to worry about the plantations, without you having to worry about the weather or climate change or production or the competition, if you know what I mean, or any legal aspect or any merchandises, licenses, or whatever. The company already took care of that. We already surpassed the filters that the EDEA requires. We already have the filters that the IRS required. We already have the legal license given by the state of Texas. And we currently are the main company with the biggest amount of acres producing cannabis. And this is barely starting. And this is why this is such a great opportunity. What other business will give you the chance to earn 140% of net profit in 2 years? And actually being out of risk, or in other words, getting your money, your investment back just in 11 months. This is what Xifra is all about. Now, what happens if you decide not to only become an investor, if you also want to actually promote this and recommend this to someone else? Once again, I'm not talking about doing this professionally and doing Zoom calls every day or whatever. I'm just talking about recommending this to the people close to you, to the people you love, to your beloved ones. What will happen if they come in into Xifra the same way you did? You will earn a 10% commission directly proportional to whatever investment package they decide to start with. And if any investor you bring in decides to bring a second investor, you will earn a 3% commission of that investment. And if that investor decides to come in with another third level, with a third investor, you will earn a 2% commission. This is what is really great about. There's a 10%, of course, and I just saw the chat and I'm really happy you guys asked about it. There's a 10% of withdrawal fee for admin purposes, and of course, because all of the withdrawal companies will actually charge an amount of money. It's just a 10%. But still, put it in a bigger perspective. What business will come to you with an 140% of net profit? Yes, minus a 10% of commission on your withdrawal. Whatever, you're still earning a lot of money as a passive income. And to be honest, and something that I can tell you, my experience in this almost a fully blessed year that I've been with Xifra, when I'm actually promoting this in social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or any social media, every time I post in anything related to Xifra, especially with this line of business, which is cannabis, to be honest, the most leads that I actually get, the most people that's actually actively looking for me that are interested in investing in Xifra are interested in this line of business, which is cannabis. They are interested in investing in cannabis plantations. Now, to be honest, and as a sad actually a statement that I'm about to say, is most of the people in Latin America especially do not have that starting money for the starting package. Most of the people in Latin America do not have it, but they are actually actively seeking for an investment option such as this. Why do I love Xifra? Because anyone who do not have this initial amount of money can start in the first line of business, which is financial market, from $300, and they can start getting profits out of the traders, the traders' work. And with that income, they can start building their accounts, and they can start making their accounts and their investment bigger until the moment they reach to a point that with that, either that commissions or only that profit they're making with their investments, they can diversify in this second line of business, which are totally independent, totally automatized, and they have nothing to do with them between each other. One will give you weekly liquidity, and the other will give you a monthly liquidity. Two lines of businesses, two sources of income, completely automatized, completely automatic, and completely independent of passive income. Now, what happens if you're actually in the first line of business, only in the first line of business, which is financial markets, but you decide to, or you actually recommend the second line of business, which is cannabis, you will still earn commission, that one that I already mentioned, regardless that you haven't specifically invested in the second line of business. And this actually proves you, this actually shows you that Xifra is really focused into giving richness to people, into bringing richness into a world economy that's extremely complicated right now. You know that's a fact that because of the COVID and the quarantine and everything that's currently happening in the whole world, not in Latin America, not in the States, not in Europe, in the whole world, the economy is extremely complicated right now. And this is a really great option for you to make money from your house as a second source of income. Whether you want to do it professionally or you just want to become an investor and eventually recommend this to every once in a while, regardless of that, you will have money in your pocket. And this is what Xifra is all about. Now, specifically speaking about network marketing, what about the leadership recognition? What about the ranks? What is Xifra doing for the leaders who are actively promoting and actively building this great business? Let me tell you that I've been in this industry for more than a decade, and I haven't seen one single company to recognize their ranks, to recognize their leaders, and especially to treat them in such an amazing way. And I just stated, I've been in the industry, I'm sorry, for more than a decade, and Xifra has been awesome to us. I'm gonna tell you about the ranks, the way you can actually qualify, you can actually upscale into the different ranks because it's extremely simple. As I already mentioned, it's a binary plan, left side, right side. How do it work? It's pretty simple. Every dollar in Xifra equals 1 point. There's no credit, there's no other fees, there's no anything other than a dollar means a point. So in order for you to reach the first level, to the first rank, which is a senior brand partner, you will be able to do it only by bringing in $4,000 in one side and $4,000 in the other side. And you know what the best thing? Any volume that came in from your sponsor above you, anyone above you, will also be building and will also be adding into your qualification. Isn't that great? That actually the work that your sponsor is bringing into the company will also benefit you, not only in commissions, but in rank. It's all about the volume. Once you reach the senior brand partner, once you reach the first level, let me tell you that we have so many amazing offers, promotions, and so many incentives so we can make people reach to this first level. But to be honest, we don't even need them because I've known people that have actually reached to this first level, to this first step in the leadership scale in Xifra in the first 30 minutes they came in here. Imagine that. 30 minutes reaching to the first level. Okay, maybe that's not such actually so hard to get. It's just $4,000 in each side. It's actually something simple. Let me tell you, it is. Because this is not about people. It's about volume. One person can represent $10,000 investment. Imagine that. Two person can come up with $5,000 and you already came in with $10,000 volume. Not only commission, but also qualification standards. Now, the second rank, which is one of the ranks that I love the most, because it's actually when you start, when you get your initial kit with an agenda and a t-shirt and a cap and a notebook, but especially you're recognizing yourself and Xifra is telling you, we know you're here not to play, but you're here to build. And you will be recognized, and you will be helped, and you will have the whole corporate offices focused in helping you build and become stronger and earning each and every single day more and more money. Third rank, Sapphire, will give you a Mont Blanc pen, which is amazing because you're barely starting. The third rank, you're already earning such an amazing prize as this, which is value is almost $500, which might be not a lot to you, but to a lot of people, believe me, it's a lot of money, especially in a prize when you're barely starting building a business. Fourth rank, Ruby Executive. You will get a last generation iPhone such as this. So you can actually have a really good, not only because it's a really trendy phone and because a lot of people loves Apple, no, it's because this will become your tool. This will become your making money machine, which is your phone. So that's why Xifra is actually giving you this prize as a recognition to your work. Because let me tell you, the Ruby Executive is the first real leadership rank. Is the rank that I actually, as a diamond, focus the most in because it's when you actually start building leadership below you. Now, to be honest, and to tell you the truth, and in comparison to any other company in the world, to be honest, it's extremely simple to reach to. Because in volume, it only requires $40,000 from one side and $40,000 or points in the other side. And as an structure, you only require to have two executives or one executive in each side, actually. Imagine that any rank starting in Ruby will only require one rank in each side below you. And that is actually amazing. Next rank, an Emerald Executive. Let me tell you that in this month, there's a lot of people, a lot of leaders who are actually reaching into this rank. And we're extremely excited because once you reach to an Emerald Executive, you will receive as a prize a MacBook Air, which is also an amazing tool for you to build your business. It's not only about lifestyle, it's about building a business. And Xifra providing you as a recognition to your effort and to your teamwork. Amazing tools in order for you to grow into the next level. What happens when you reach the next level? Diamond Executive, which is the current rank I am at, you will be given a trip, a cruise around the world with 3 destination options. Of course, this will be done once the COVID and the quarantine is done and the frontiers are open again and we are actually able to travel. But still, there's a lot of people who we have already earned this trip and a lot of other things and all of the other prizes. But the diamond, let me tell you, you who are actually coming in here because you really want to build a business, who you really want to build a legacy, let me tell you, this has to be your first goal. This is your first focus. This is the first thing you have to put in your mind as a goal to reach the fastest you can to a diamond executive rank. Because this is when the things actually start getting extremely amazing. Just to let you know, it's just because we're in confidence right now. Any diamond in Xifra is earning above $15,000 on a monthly basis. Imagine that. I started an account with $500 and I am actually reaching to $15,000 to $20,000 on a monthly basis. And now me that I'm actually living in Mexico, imagine the opportunity this actually comes and brings to me. Not only to actually get richer and improve my lifestyle, but to give me the opportunity to start building more accounts, to diversify in the different lines of businesses, but especially to actually build a legacy, to build an empire, to have more sources of income. Because let me tell you something, one of the most important things is the vision that the leaders in this team are building into this company and are bringing into this company. Because as I mentioned, this is not about just making money. Anyone who reaches to a diamond level will be part of our team. In our team, will be part of Unity's investments, which means that we are showing and we're teaching and we're fostering people into build 7 additional sources of income that has nothing to do with Xifra, with our Xifra commissions. That's pretty much what I'm talking about in bringing and building a legacy. It's not only you becoming richer, improving your lifestyle, helping a lot of people around you to earn a lot of money. It's of the fact that you will become a true businessman, a true businesswoman, a true investor, because you will be building different lines of businesses, different sources of income as soon as you reach to a diamond level. Not only because you will actually have the sources of income and the commissions enough for you to build something else, but you will have the mentorship of people who's already rich, who's already great investors and who I have that blessing to call my mentors. So now coming into the next ranks, coming to the next part, which is elite levels. The next level will be a blue diamond that will make you earn a Rolex Jack Faster 2, which is an amazing, amazing watch. So we can change this one and have a new one so we can give bigger sums, especially we recognize that we're bringing a lot of money to the company, but especially that we're touching a lot of lives. So if so far you feel Xifra is giving a lot of money, if you feel Xifra is giving a lot of prizes, believe me, I'm barely starting. The next level, the Black Diamond, will give you nothing less but an Audi A3. Fully paid, fully paid, hear me well, fully 100% paid under your name. It's actually a real gift, but you're actually getting a car as a real gift. Black Diamond Audi A3, let me tell you that so far the company in this first 8 months has already given 3 cars. And to be honest, the mentors, the leaders that actually earned this prize did not stick only with the Audi A3. They actually upgrading to the next level. So far, the company has given an Audi TT as the first car. As the second, the company gave to one of the leaders a Q3. And the third car that has been given actually last Friday, it was an S3 series, which they are amazing Audi cars. If you don't know this, just hear this well. Audi, that's it. I have nothing else to say. Given to you as a price of additionally to all of the commissions and to all of your trading profits into all of the money that you're currently making. Next level, Royal Black Diamond. Currently 3 leaders in the company have already reached to this level. And to tell you the truth, I'm pretty sure that very, very closely, if not maybe also already in this month, they're reaching to the next level. But what happens when you reach to the Black Diamond? The Royal Black Diamond, additionally to the Audi A3 and all of the other prices that I've already spoken about, you're reaching and you're actually getting a Mercedes-Benz GLC, which at least for my perspective, it happens to be my favorite SUV, my favorite car, and it's actually my dream car. So you will be sure that very soon in this year, you will see me driving this car, and Xifra will be the one who paid for it as a recognition to my work and my team's work. Next level, Crown Black Diamond, a Porsche 911. I mean, this is getting crazy. A Porsche, apart from a Mercedes-Benz, apart from an Audi A3, apart from a Rolex, apart from a cruise trip, apart from a MacBook Air, apart and additionally to an iPhone and to all the initial prices. And last but not least, let me tell you that once that you reach the highest rank in here, which is a royal president, you'll have the extremely complicated decision to decide and to choose whether you keep a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, or a Ferrari. Now, to be honest, once you reach to this level, you don't have to really choose between the 3 cars. Let's see if I pay for one of them, and you can pay for the others too if you want. This is the amount of level and the amount of money you can reach to once you reach to the royal president. Now, what is the coolest part of this? There's a third line of business, which is launching in Mexico, Colombia, and in the States in the next month, which is related to products in the health industry. Now, I really do not have the time to specifically talk about them, but I really want to let you know it's not any other company that's coming in with products such as the supplementary options for vitamins or makeup or academies and training and all of the a lot proteins and milkshakes and all of the things that you're already really fond and familiar with other companies. The products that Xifra is bringing into the market are extremely disruptive and are extremely, I will say the word that required, but it's not required. The thing is that people really want them. That's pretty much it. Basically, people want them. Even products such as derivatives from marijuana or cannabis, which is CBD. Please ask the person who introduced you to Xifra and who told you to see this broadcast and to see this Zoom presentation to speak to you about the products in case you're interested. But the cool part of this is that you don't have to do it. You can do it. It's optional for you. You can do one line of business, a second line of business, a third line of business, any line of business that you want. You can make the free and any of the other line of business that will come with the years. The most important part is that you will earn money from day one. regardless of your experience, regardless of your age, regardless of your career, your profession, your social economy, or any profile that you have, you will earn money. So it was a pleasure to give this presentation to you. I'm extremely happy because we're launching this English system. This is our first English call in the whole world, and you were the first ones to see it. You were the first one to be in the presence of our first English language call, but the most importantly, and if you have the vision, even if you understand what this means, is that fact that all of the English speakers in the world are barely going to reach to Xifra, and they can reach here because of your recommendation. You can actually launch a new English country. You can launch a big market. You can actually devour all of the economy of the English speakers, which are the most speakers in the whole world. Welcome to Xifra. It was a pleasure. My name is Hector Lark. You can follow me in any of my social media, such as the ways in the screen, Hector Lark. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking this opportunity. But most importantly, welcome to Xifra. Welcome to this brand new family for you. And welcome to the first day of your new economy and the best economy of your whole life. Thank you for watching us. Have a really, really great night.